Hello, entrepreneurs. Welcome to another episode of Entrepreneur Fundamentals. My name is Robert Bitto. Today, we're going to talk about how customers never read. Okay, this applies to most customers, I think. I can't be sure how many people read things and how many people don't read things, but it's something you have to factor into your business. Now, what do I mean by that? They don't read things. They don't read the title of your item that you're selling. They don't read your return policy. They don't really read anything. They don't know what else to say. They don't read the description of your product. There are a lot of people out there who will wish buy. They will click on something and buy it and hope it's what they want, or they think it's what they want. But then when they get it in the mail, they say things like, gosh, this was a lot smaller than I thought it was. And you're like, well, did you not read the description? And in some cases, it will be spelled out in the title. I've had 2 instances in the past 2 weeks where someone asked me, now how many Milagros am I going to get in this packet? Now, Milagros are little charms. I think I have one right here. They're little metal charms from Mexico. I've sold hundreds of thousands of them in 23 years. And I sell them in packets. And the packets on eBay, Etsy, Amazon, my own website, they always start with the number 50 assorted, 25 different. So this person contacted me and said, how many am I getting in this packet? When it said 50 different. Okay, so how many are you getting? It's the first thing that's mentioned in the title of the item. Or a woman left a feedback on Etsy for me about a bag that she bought with the Virgin of Guadalupe on it. And she said, oh, this was a lot bigger than I thought it would be. Well, the dimensions are not only listed in the description, they're listed in the title. So people will not read the titles or the descriptions of the products that you're selling. And so how do you deal with this? It's going to cause you a lot of conflict if you ignore it or if you throw it back in their face. Sure, it's 100% their fault. They have to read. They have to understand what they're buying. They can't be wish buying and hoping that what they get is what they want. They have to know what they're buying, but you have to deal with it. These big boy sites, eBay, Amazon, whatever, will tell you that you have to accept returns. And so what I do, and I've talked about this before, is I have this really awesome return policy where there's no time limit. You can return items to me for whatever reason, for, take as long as you want. And so that's how I get around it. And that makes me relax because I don't have this rigid policy. Some people say, oh, I don't take returns, or I take returns only if the item is not as described. And people can get around that by claiming through eBay or Amazon or whatever that the item was not as described, and then they get the free return label, which I don't agree with, but we have to play by their rules if we're going to be on their platform. So you have to brace yourself if you're just starting out, or if you're thinking of starting a business, that people just will not read what you have written. They just will ignore it. They'll buy whatever, and they won't know your policies or what have you, and that you have to deal with it. And so all I got to say is brace yourself for that, because it's going to happen. There's no way around it. You can be as clear as you want, and people still will ignore what you have to say, or they just won't read it. And I found that this, in the many years I've been in business, almost 2.5 decades now, I've found that this is getting worse with time, and there could be a couple reasons for that. I think when I first started in 1999, when I flicked the switch of the lights in my retail store on September 16th, 1999, that was also the day that my website went live. And so I've been doing this for a long time. And I think back in 1999, I hate to say this, but only the smart people had computers. So I had to deal with a lot less of this sort of, oh, I had no idea. I'm saying that may be a reason. You can be a tinfoil hatter and say that there's more fluoride in the water, and people have been exposed to more injections or whatever. People have been dumbed down. You can have any explanation you want, but the reality is the reality, and it is getting worse. So why stress? Just accept that this is going to happen and factor it into your business. Like what I do is I say, okay, to heck with it. I'll just take everything back. I'll, have this really open-ended return policy that everybody loves. And that's a consequence of this whole people not reading thing. But relax, accept it. You can't change it. There's nothing you can do about it. You just got to be prepared for people coming at you, angry, whatever, because they didn't do their part and they didn't read what you had written. Anyway, that's all I have to say on this. I hope you found it helpful. Remember to always work hard, and may all of your entrepreneurial dreams come true.